Now you propose? Monster!
Now! Let's hear it! Although I do suspect that it's a yes! Bah ho 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 ho! Bah ho 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 ho! Bah ho ho ho! Bah ho 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 ho! Say it! Say yes! Bah ho ho!
You're just not my type!
What?
You guys are no longer tolerating someone that has a codependent energy towards you. You guys are learning to cut things off, okay? You guys have this bare energy right here, and when it comes down to your love life, you're looking at the situation where this person could have expressed an interest early in you, and with them expressing that interest, it was a little bit too soon for them to sort of jump to conclusions, sort of like, to be in this possessive type of lens, okay? The vulture energy can be very aggressive when it comes down to communication. So with this communication, you guys are really looking at this individual like, okay, it's a little bit too immature, and it's a little bit too strong for my liking, and you're sort of pushing yourself away from this. You're waking up and looking at your overall environment to say, hey, you know what, I have a peaceful environment. If this person is coming in trying to force my hand to sort of react in a certain way, you're no longer taking that bait. And you're seeing that, with this person, it could be a level of control within that environment, and you're cutting yourself away from anybody that has this level of control with you to sort of like look at your own pathway and your own relationships that you're looking to develop and say, okay, is this person actually for me? And you're seeing that this vulture energy is not someone that you really want to invest in. Okay, this vulture energy has a lot of motives when it comes down to being enamored with you, but I believe that they kind of rushed into this relationship, they kind of rushed into this interaction, and that turned you guys off. Okay, you guys are slow and steady when it comes down to making decisions, but you're slowly waking up, you're coming out of this hibernation, this bare energy here, and you're seeing what actually fits for you and what actually is actually coming to your environment in a way that it just doesn't fit for your overall growth, and it doesn't fit for what you're looking for a romantic partner. Okay, and this person coming into you sort of in a clingy type of way, they're used to enacting this in their relationships. They're used to really coming in strong, and they're used to really forcing their hand when it comes down to their partnership. And you guys are seeing that, hey, with this interaction, it's way too soon for them to get over familiar, okay, with you. And even with the beginning stages, it's like you're seeing that the overall vibe is just very much so parasitic, okay. And this person here is just really looking to get a reaction. This person could have, thrown a silent treatment your way just to see if you're going to respond back to them, or see if you're going to have some type of level of curiosity with them being gone. And you guys are done, okay? You took that time, okay, while they were in this silence, okay? You took that time to hibernate in your own environment, and you're looking to see, okay, you know what? Okay, with them being gone, I'm okay with, going into my own direction, okay? They're not going to force their hand when it comes down to, my love life, when it comes down to really looking to see if actually they are meant for me to sort of move forward with, okay? You're not playing any games when it comes down to this option, okay? Because let's just be clear, this is just an option. Okay, with you really taking your time to really see if they actually are meant for you, this took this person off guard. They were really taken off guard with someone that was really in a space where you take your time and you have the energy where you're able to look and see, okay, how does this person really make you feel? You don't allow yourself to be in a situation where you're being love bombed by anyone, okay? So with you being in this place in your life right now, you're looking to see actually what is actually meant for you, what is actually going to make you feel good in your environment, and you're not allowing your emotions to have you in this controlling situation, okay? Let's go further with your tarot deck here. Let's see here. Ace of Swords. You guys are standing in your truth. You're standing in your truth, and you're no longer tolerating someone who is actually, being in this space where they're trying to overplay their cards, or, overplay their hand, trying to get a partnership. This person does have an interest in you, but with that interest, they didn't allow themselves to really cultivate the love in a proper type of way. We have someone that's trying to, have a level of control in their relationship. That's just not something that's going to be healthy at all. You guys are really, repelled from someone that has a controlling type of nature, because you see for yourself that with them trying to play these little mind games with you, it's not going to have you look at them in a positive type of light. Okay, world in reverse, you're shutting it down. You're not seeing a partnership with this individual. Okay, you're seeing things clearly. Okay, you're seeing the aggression clearly when it comes down to this vulture energy. Okay, with them, taking a step back, that was done in a controlling type of way. You guys are really aware as far as like how someone operates when they're in a controlling type of nature in a relationship. Okay, let's see, magician here. You're looking to work on your own type of endeavors, okay? And you're slowly in this Nine of Wands type of space right here. You're very cautious when it comes down to manipulation, okay? That you guys, like I said, you experience, like I said, a lot of toxic behavior in your past, and you learn from that toxic behavior to be in a space where you know how to identify someone who's really not worth your time, okay? Let's see here. So we got the Three of Pentacles. You're willing to put in the work for someone that's willing to be about yourself and in a growing type of way, but you're not aligning yourself with anybody that will have you in this toxic type of mindset. Okay. Dodging a bullet. So we got the Seven of Wands in reverse. Let's see here. We got the Queen of Swords. So you're letting someone have it in a very strong way too. Okay. So they have the Knight of Swords, okay, in reverse. No matter what communication they bring to your table, you're not falling for it, okay? You guys are in a space where you actually know what's happening in your environment. They're trying to tie it in a way where it's like they're trying to say, oh well, this didn't really happen this way. You're over reacting. You're seeing the picture very clearly when it comes down to their interaction. You're not allowing yourself to have them sort of like lead the narrative, okay? Two more cards here. Let's see here. So we have Ten of Pentacles. You guys are still going to get to your new beginning, okay? You're going to get to your new beginning. You're going to see that cutting things off early on and not wasting your time in relationships that don't serve its purpose is the best thing for you, okay? And the Ten of Swords, you're going to leave them in the dust, okay? You're going to be in their feelings with you gone, okay? So let's get started. You guys know your truth, and you guys are not wasting your time withholding your truth in a situation, okay? You guys know that with this person, they're not looking to, really invest in you the proper type of way. They want to have this controlling type of lens with you, okay? And with the Magician, you know how to manifest, okay? You guys know how to manifest. You know how to be in a situation where you're able to look at your overall environment to see what actually feels good around you. And when something doesn't feel good around you, you're quick to walk away, okay? Because you guys already been through the pain. You already been through like the heartbreak before your past, and you're not going to allow yourself to be tied down to someone who's playing those same type of mind games with you, or they're looking to have you, get in your head and get in your feelings because they're pulling away, with their energy. Okay, with this vulture energy, they're pulling away. They're trying to align their toxic behavior to you, and you're seeing that, okay, been there, done that. I'm not interested, okay? Because you guys are not putting in the work, the Three of Pentacles here, with someone that's not willing to take a look at themselves, looking at themselves in their environment to see, okay, it's a positive way of growth, okay? Because when you're seeing that, you're getting out of Dodge, okay? So we got the Seven of Swords in reverse. You guys are no longer holding on to situations where it has that sneaky in and out type of way to get a reaction out of you in your environment, okay? Because you guys been there. You know when to cut it off. You got a heart in the situation. This person could be, trying to come to you saying that, okay, well, you don't have a heart for me. I made a mistake and, I probably overreacted. They try to see how far their toxic web can go. And you guys are able to identify things early on in your interaction, okay, in your love life that, it's not for you, okay? No matter how much of, this person may look, they may be your type physically, but when it comes down to the emotional level that you're looking to cultivate with, they don't match you on that emotional type of level, okay? They're not someone that you're willing to take that risk or willing to take that investment with because you're seeing for yourself that this person's all about, trying to get as much attention as possible in a negative type of way, okay? You shut it down, okay? You got the Knight of Swords right here in reverse. They're trying to, with you cutting everything off or being very steadfast in your bear energy here, okay? Trying to get your bear card here. with your bare energy, you're not playing any games. You're not trying to hear anything from their madness because you're already seeing, okay, you know what? With me being in this space of hibernation, I was able to look at you to see how you go about your communication, how you go about, your interaction when it comes down to the beginning stages. And this is the thing, though, guys, this person could be coming into you and your energy in the beginning stages, and you're seeing for yourself that something's not right, okay? That love bombing, with them, going into the quiet space, in their own particular life, and they're trying to come back and reapproach you, trying to say, okay, well, you misread me, or that's not what I meant, or I was going through this stressful moment, and you're like, no, but your behavior is showing that when I cut this off, then you're running back to me trying to make things correct or make things in a positive light than what they were. And you guys are like, I don't have time for the mind games, I don't have time for the headache. You're calling a spade, okay? And with that, you're gonna still get your 10 of Pentacles, okay? This person here, with this being in your love reading right now, just because that they approach you in a positive type of light, if they're not really willing to, take that level of interacting with you in a positive type of way, and they're not looking to, have you, second guessing yourself or putting yourself in a mental confusion, okay? You're knowing when to let it go, okay? You're knowing when to look at the energy and really look at it to see if it really serves your purpose and will it get you to your 10 of Pentacles, okay? Happy life, happy interactions when it comes down to, your finances, okay? Your home life will be in the positive type of light. You're seeing that this person here just doesn't have the capabilities to get you into that happy type of space and that happy type of energy. And once you shutting it down, they're going to be in their feelings in the 10 of Swords, okay? They're going to be, in a deep regret as far as wishing that they didn't take that risk with you when it came down to trying to emotionally manipulate you in a situation. All right, guys, this is your reading for the month of May. Looking forward to talking to you soon. Have a good one.
Who am I? I'm the greatest. Who am I? I'm getting paid. Who am I? I'm so flagrant. Who am I? I'm the greatest. Who am I? I'm getting paid. Who am I? I'm so flagrant.